And moving on to the next fight, we've got Malcolm Gordon versus Denise Bondar. And Malcolm Gordon's last fight, he beat Davison Figueiredo's brother, Francisco Figueiredo, but he kind of just did enough to win. He won a decision. It was a pretty close decision, even though it was unanimous. But he kind of just did enough. He just did a little bit more than Francisco to get the win there. Prior to that, he was on a 2-fight losing streak to Sue Monageri and Amir Albazi. Prior to that, he was fighting over at the regional scene. Denise Bondar, on the other hand, is making his UFC debut here at a flyweight, it is worth noting. And I'd say he's definitely more well known to be a bantamweight. We've got to see if we can trust him to make the weight. His last weigh-in was at 134.3 pounds. So he did weigh in a little bit less than the 135 mark. But Denise Bondar, 16 wins, all 16 wins by finish. Very exciting flyweight and a very exciting addition to the flyweight division if he is to get a win here. Now, the thing about Malcolm Gordon that I think does scare me the most is of his 5 losses, 4 of them are by KO, and that's very concerning when you're on the flyweights. And he's got 1 submission loss as well, so he's never lost by decision. On the other hand, he does have a few submission wins. Denise Bondar, on the other hand, as I said, no decision wins at all. All of his wins come inside the distance. I think he's going to get another win inside the distance here. He's got 1 decision loss and 2 submission losses as well, which is relatively concerning considering all of his wins do come by submission. He was meant to actually originally fight O'Day Osborne and then Victor Rodriguez before he found Malcolm Gordon on this card. I don't think he would have beaten O'Day Osborne in my opinion, but I do think he can beat Malcolm Gordon here. And that's all I really do have to say. But if you look at his fights, he finishes them pretty early. He beat a very experienced fighter in the first round. See, the thing is, the level of competition is not great. I don't really know what else to kind of say, apart from the fact his level of competition isn't very good. But I do actually think Denise Bondar is going to win here. It very well could be too much too soon, though, let's be honest. Malcolm Gordon is definitely not top 15 in the flyweights here, but he's probably sitting somewhere within the top 25 to the top 30 of the UFC flyweight division. And Dennis Bondar is making his debut here. He is almost 30 years old, which is, so he's definitely got only a couple of years left, really. I lied. He's probably got like about 5 years left. But if he wants to make a run in the UFC, now is probably the time to do it while he is in his prime. And on the other hand, Malcolm Gordon hasn't looked too amazing in the UFC, in my opinion. He does have a win over Francisco Figueiredo, but he barely won that fight. He just did enough. He pushed him up against the cage a little bit. I think he took him down a couple of times from memory. Denise Bondar, on the other hand, he's going to try and finish the fight. He's a finisher. I think he's going to hurt Malcolm Gordon. I don't think he's going to knock him out. I think we are going to see a submission, but I think he's just going to drop Malcolm Gordon. Just that chin, which is relatively a little bit fragile, I will be honest. Of his 5 losses, 4 of them are by KO in the flyweight division. Denise Bondar is coming down from bantamweight, so he's going to have the strength, he's going to have the size, and he's going to have the power of a bantamweight here. He's going to bring it to Malcolm Gordon. I've got him inside the distance. It's by submission or by knockout. I think he's going to hurt Malcolm Gordon and then find the submission after that.